This is Rachel Maddow, the host of The Rachel Maddow Show on MS Now. Recently, Maddow started her show with an opening segment about snowplows.
This is the time of year when a number of cities do this, but I have been particularly watching the great city of Chicago, because this is the time of year when the city of Chicago asks its residents to please come up with new names for the city's new snowplows. For example, in recent years, winning names in Chicago have included a lot of very Chicago-specific terms. So like, as a shout out to the Sears Tower, a couple of years ago, Chicago christened a new snowplow the Sears Plower. The south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. If you go down there, you better just beware of a man named Leroy Plow. Bad, bad Leroy Plow.
Just a little reminder that more than 50 years after Jim Croce wrote that classic song, that the south side of Chicago is still the most dangerous part of the city. Avoid it at all costs.
One of the best ones from last year was Control-Alt-Delete. It's all very good.
And yes, very clever, just not very original. Considering that several other cities in years prior have named their trucks Control-Alt-Delete.
The votes are in, and the winning name for the new Blue Ash snowplow is Control-Alt-Delete.
Well, this year, guess what seems to be at least one of the leading nominees for new snowplow name this year in Chicago? It's Abolish Ice.
Oh, she's absolutely giddy with excitement.
Abolish Ice, get it? It's a snowplow, get it?
Yeah, we get it, Rachel. Although I'm sure that it probably took a minute for the average MS Now viewer to get the joke.
The naming contest is still open in Chicago for this year, but Mayor Brandon Johnson has taken note online about Abolish Ice as a potential new snowplow name, which is very funny. And also very obviously...
Oh man, she's this close to sliding off her chair.
You know, one of the Chicago area protests that we saw against ICE, against Trump's federal agents and their attack on that city.
Stop. First, Rachel Maddow gets so excited by the idea of abolishing the United States Immigration and Customs Enforcement Agency, and then she claims that ICE agents are attacking Chicago.
Outside one particular hotel in the Chicago suburbs, where Trump's federal agents were staying. People showed up there every day, and specifically every night, all night until dawn, every night, being as loud as possible, trying to make themselves as annoying as possible for the federal agents who were inside that hotel, presumably trying to sleep.
Hate to break it to you, Rach, but a typical hotel air conditioner will drown out most outside noise. But wow, annoying that night manager at a Hampton Inn. Fascism defeated.
Medford, Massachusetts, people protesting loudly overnight, no justice, no sleep. Medford, Massachusetts, at a hotel where ICE agents were staying.
Notice the white guy with the Palestinian scarf holding a sign that says, "Stop deporting our families." Makes sense to me, what's your problem? Anyway, Rachel Maddow continued to demonize ICE agents, claiming that they were attacking immigrants.
We saw that technique first, I think, earlier this year in Southern California, when Trump launched his first big attack on Los Angeles. Louisiana has also been the subject of similar types of attacks from federal agents. This attack from the federal government. There were protests at a Home Depot in Oakland, California this weekend, as that company continues to allow its stores and its parking lots to be used by Trump's agents to attack immigrants. Spontaneous neighborhood protests that have sprung up all over the Twin Cities against Trump's agents as they have attacked people.
Not sure what The Handmaid's Tale has to do with deporting illegal aliens, but whatever. Also, they look miserable. Sad, really.
I'm not sure anybody expected it would be thousands of people who turned out this weekend on Saturday on a day when the temperature was right around 10 degrees Fahrenheit with that stiff wind blowing.
And any planned chanting was replaced with a collective rhythmic chattering of teeth. What a bunch of gluttons for punishment.
The other major city Trump is now attacking is Columbus, Ohio. People there are not taking it lying down either.
It's a noisy night here at the Cambria Hotel in Polaris, where ICE officials are allegedly staying. People are blasting music, their car horns, and ringing bells to send a message that they will do whatever it takes to get ICE out of Columbus. They're calling it No Sleep for ICE.
Wow, what a noble cause. Resist, Columbus. Bang those pots and pans. However, I'd like to point out that ICE is in Columbus as part of Operation Buckeye, which is targeting the worst of the worst criminal illegal aliens. According to ICE, recent Operation Buckeye arrests include criminal aliens convicted and or charged with attempted abduction and strong arm rape, drug trafficking, terrorizing, criminal trespassing and drug possession, DUI, shoplifting, and fourth-degree assault, burglary and stolen vehicle charges, robbery, and criminal trespass, DUI, and burglary. And the way that Columbus residents thank the federal government for getting rid of this trash? By protesting ICE's presence.
They will do this as long as it takes until ICE leaves Columbus.
Maybe they're tired tomorrow and they won't maybe take more of our neighbors in custody tomorrow. Maybe they'll be a little cranky and move a little slower. Maybe some can get away.
Just making them uncomfortable like they make everybody else uncomfortable. I mean, hopefully just a little bit of unrest like this is, better than nothing, just sitting at home on my couch.
Our immigrants are our neighbors. They're our family. They're welcome. They pay taxes. They help the community.
Yes, the criminal illegal alien from Mexico convicted of possession with intent to distribute meth and heroin. This Karen says he's welcome here. He pays taxes. Go home, ICE.
In Bentonville, Arkansas this weekend, people protested with what they called signs of fascism. Literal signs about what fascist governance looks like. Controlled mass media, identifying enemies to blame, sort of a rip from the headlines kind of vibe there.
Yes, the government is so fascist that it allows protesters to call the government fascist. Got it.
There were protests this weekend in Boulder, Colorado against Trump's bizarre new plan to just close one of the premier geosciences labs in the world. Trump just out of the blue demanded the closure, full stop, of the National Center for Atmospheric Research, NCAR, in Colorado. I'm not sure he understands what atmospheric research is, maybe? He may think that that weather forecast just happened, like, from fortune cookies or something? I don't know what he thinks he's gonna win.
But NCAR is an agency that is more interested in diversity, equity, and inclusion than actual science. So if Rachel Maddow is complaining about it, it means that Trump is 100% on the right track.
Again, one of the premier geoscience labs in the world, absolutely crucial, among other things, to severe weather research for the benefit of the American people and the American government. He wants to shut it down.
He wants to shut it down! But according to Russell Vogt, the OMB director, a comprehensive review is underway, and any vital activities such as weather research will be moved to another entity or location. Rachel Maddow, fear-mongering? I know you're shocked.
There were protests this weekend right after President Trump put his own name up on the Kennedy Center in Washington.
Well, to be fair, Trump didn't order his name to be added to the Kennedy Center. It was voted on by the Kennedy Center Board of Trustees. And look, I'm not defending it per se because it's strange. It's weird, but it doesn't affect me, and I honestly don't give a crap, and you shouldn't either.
Some public officials were at that protest, including Senator Chris Van Hollen, but mostly it was regular Washingtonians who just turned out in costume and in drag and in a general sense of astonishment and revulsion at this president.
Wow, the best they could do is Senator Margarita and a drag queen with a protester in a pink inflatable frog costume? They're not sending their best.
And I don't know where all these various types of protests end up going, right? I don't know where they all end up.
Oh, I know, Rachel. The trash bin of history.
And Chicago's about to get a really cute new snowplow named Abolish ICE. You never know what's going to turn the tide, what's going to make all the difference.
Sorry, Rachel, but the only thing that cute snowplow is going to abolish is the side view mirror of a parked Honda Civic. Anyway, that's it for now. If you want to support the channel, head over to my merch store at don'twalkrun.shop. As always, thank you so much for tuning in, and hope to see you next time, if there is a next time.